What are we currently in a golden age of? Conspiracy theories, distrust, pornography, music, but it's nearly all in the underground. You have to find it yourself. Philosophy, fast food, entertainment media. We are bombed with endless quantity of movies, TV shows, video game and so on, with an ease of accessibility to them like never before. Technology, and the internet. For some reason porn is getting capital letters. Paranoid hubris, misinformation, stupidity, idiocy, peace. Sounds crazy but it's true. Not Reddit, that is for sure. Memes. Entitlement. Mental illness. Arsolary. Home deliveries. Hopefully social media, fingers crossed for a steep decline. Trans adult film actresses. Willful/purposeful ignorance. Corporations. Consumption. Medicine. A vaccine, with 90+% effectiveness, is currently being widely distributed for a disease we didn't know existed 18 months ago. That would quite literally be unimaginable at any other time in history. Disinformation. Weed. No other culture we know of has cannabis as strong and as available as us. Narcissistic self-indulgence. Based on a lot of these comments. Negativity. Zoom. Ignorance. People think that, after watching a 30 meters documentary and following a Facebook page for 4 days they're automatically smarter than those who, not only have a PhD in said subject, but have spent decades studying said subject. Idiocy. Censorship. Bullshit. Propaganda. Drug use. Everyone is dosing shrooms and smoking pot like God intended. Television. I mean, we can take shows as good as Better Call Saul for granted. That's insane to me. Hedonism. Morons. Morons run the world for some reason. No idea how that happened. Misinformation. Shitposting. Discontent. Loneliness. Hookups. Cooperation and transparency between different countries. There are international standards. Your passport can be scanned for forgery all over the world. The internet works the same way in all countries, even those behind firewall. There are international databases of terrorists. Basically every country in the world uses the same technology, accepts the same types of medicine, etc. Imagine German government not recognizing vaccines and saying they don't work. Similar situations were a common thing in the history. Insanity. Misinformation and echo chambers. Never before has technology allowed dumbasses to congregate and share their ignorance so effectively. Vehicles. Car manufacturers are using hybrids how they weren't intended, to go faster. The electric motors deliver gobs of torque off the line and the gas engine screams at high speed. EVs are getting much faster now too. Lotus is making a car with 2,000 horsepower. For all I know we could just be getting started. The possible beginning of the end of the USA. Superhero movies. People forget how amazing it was to first see Spider-Man in a live-action movie, then a CGI version of the Hulk. You don't have to love every movie, there's something for everybody, and bad or good I'll never get sick of superhero movies. Automotive horsepower. The fact you can get a factory-made 800 horsepower Dodge for like $80,000, don't know exact price but that's my guess, is unbelievable. Addictions. Plastic. Being offended on somebody else's behalf. Fear. Video essays on YouTube. Ignorance. We know more about everything compared to people only 100 years ago, yet there is a growing trend of people ignoring science, for example flat eaters. Here's a niche one, manga, especially Yuri manga, my expertise. I can't even keep up with everything that's licensed, let alone the scans. And so many genres and subgenres that just didn't exist in Yuri stories even 10 years ago. Bullshit. Technological advancements. For real, If you look at charts and data, it's insane how fast our technology is getting better. Literally 30 years ago video games had only just recently gotten into the third dimension, and look at them now. That's only one example, there are many more, just Google it. COVID, unfortunately. On a positive note, I do feel like art industries are still churning out work, which is kind of what defines a golden age historically, as an age of large-scale artistic output and economic activity. The concept of a golden age is kind of hard to apply without the context of what is to come. But lots of things qualify depending on how bad it gets. Lol. Performance cars. There's no comparison to the street cars available to the public today. Even muscle cars, not really my thing, are so far and way superior to what people think of as their prime 65-73, yes 73 CSD Pontiacs. Income inequality. Online discoverability. Absolutely anyone can become famous overnight, and more people are achieving stardom than ever before. I think we are living the age of marketing, the art of marketing ideas and convincing people of their existence. Archaeology. LiDAR has made for some incredible discoveries, from Mayan ruins in Guatemala to revealing how fucking big, organized and amazingly advanced Angkor really was. It's also enabled us to learn about ancient engineering in ways never before possible. As an amateur enthusiast, it's really fucking exciting and so cool to watch. Communication. Just look at the platform we're using right now. Streaming. So many streaming services. Depression. Idiots. Coronavirus. Cognitive dissonance. Mental illness. Astronomy. The probes and rovers we have sent out, also the new telescopes we have coming online soon. I cannot wait to start seeing new images. Sitting around at home being bored out of our fucking minds. Could be just me. Beer. I know the craft beer world can be a bit douchey, but there are so many different breweries out there of all sizes making wonderful liquid bread. Widely available food in the first world countries. Celebrity worship. Credit card rewards. Like, a $5K plus round trip is/first class flight from the US to Europe or Japan, on a good airline, for 160K points all day long. Points are only devaluing, so spend them if you got em. Note, if you're going to get in on the fun, be sure you can pay off your card every month in full. Plastics. Polymer engineering is barely a century old and it's already made its way into almost every industry. Clothes, textiles, packaging, medical, household items, there's very few things plastics have not replaced. Golden Age of astronomy. Granted, the Golden Age lasts for over 100 billion years, but still. Stupidity. Depression and stupidity. Canned beverages. Every time I go to the store there is a new soda or tea to try out and they're all delicious. Communication. I can communicate with someone halfway across the world almost instantly. Not that I have anything particularly interesting to some poor bloke halfway across the world. Stupidity. Grotesque. I would say the 2000 to 2020 was the golden age for TV dramas. Breaking Bad. Game of Thrones. Lost. I mean, I could literally list great shows all day. Stupidity. Music and access to music. Growing up, I had access to whatever the radio played and whatever Walmart carried, which was either country, rap, or classic rock. Now, I can just find anything on Spotify, and if I'm in the mood to find something new, I just go to a channel and listen to stuff. If I don't like it, I skip it and move on. I've discovered more music in the past few years than the entirety of the rest of my life. Stupidity. Video games. Spaceflight. SpaceX's reusable rockets are about to turn us into a multi-planetary species. VTubers. Hololive is taking over the planet, not that I mind, but plenty of other agencies and independent talents are hugely popular right now. And it will only continue to grow from here. Idiocy. The idiot. Bitcoin. Payment services like Square and PayPal are starting to use it. US now has crypto regulations, effectively giving the green light to Bitcoin. Bitcoin ETFs are coming. Institutional investors are starting to take large positions in Bitcoin. Digital currency is on the cusp of transforming money the same way digital technology has transformed so many other industries. Glorified ignorance. Understanding the human body, treating disease, and general biotech. DeepMind and its breakthrough with protein folding. Go read about it if you haven't heard. It will absolutely change medicine forever. The treatments it will lead to, a number of ailments we can treat, will literally make current medicine look like the Stone Age. Like when the internet first switched on, it won't initially be impressive, but 10 years from now it will be mind-blowing in ways we possibly can't even imagine now. Anti-aging research. A lot of people follow the space race where two rich guys are throwing billions into their rocket companies. Few people are aware of anti-aging research and the billions the world wealthy elite are pouring into it. Does it mean we will be immortal? No, because car crashes and rare diseases still exist. But you will live longer and probably look 25 until the very end. Neuroscience. With CRISPR and optogenetics we have been able to radically improve our understanding of the brain. Prior to optogenetics, if I wanted to stimulate brain cells, I would use a solution of KCl or NMDA and apply that to a plate of cells and stimulate everything. I could use electrophysiology, but only people who hate themselves enjoy that. Anyways, having a way to stimulate very specific neurons has been game-changing. Also, with CRISPR, being able to edit DNA with the kind of specificity we have now has changed everything. Source: I currently work as a researcher in neuroscience, specifically with a heavy emphasis on genetics. The Age of Aquarius. Showers. So many heads, so many options, and even continuous hot water to blast you with. YouTube content creation. Really, I mean, YouTube has allowed to content creation that was never seen before, a series of more than 50 videos about lost media, a documentary about the Battle of Stalingrad that's already over 9 hours and it hasn't ended yet, a channel dedicated to show the geography of every single country in the world, etc. This would have never been possible in TV or cinema. Willful ignorance. Podcasting. It's been around for 20 years now and everyone seems to have finally realized how much potential the medium has. Comedy podcasting in particular is definitely in its golden age. Virtually all your favorite comics have a podcast, especially now with COVID since they can't perform. Political divide. Ignorance. Data. Laws are slowly catching up. But we've been in the golden age of data for about a decade now. Data is the new oil is something frequently heard in the tech world. Porn. All kinds of porn, from live action, to animations, to fetishes and kinks, even the most degenerate stuff. Hell, a rule in the internet proves that.